It was a very intense 150 milligrams of caffeine. I attribute nearly all of that to the 10 milligrams of Yohimbine here.
Welcome to PricePlow.
What's up, dieters? Who's ready to drop some fat this year? This is Mike Roberto, founder of PricePlow, your resource for supplement news, reviews, and interviews, and diet research, and all that good stuff. And today, well, we got a wild one here because we're going to talk about shredded steel from SteelFit, on social media known as SteelFit USA. Now, they might seem like a relatively new brand, but actually they've been in the game for a long time because this is the brand and the team behind Pro-Tan, who has a whole lot of skincare and tanning products for the bodybuilding industry. So they've been in the game for a long time and they wanted to come out with some stuff because they've stumbled on a few things that they thought were gonna work out well. And so far, everything we've reviewed has, including, well, we'll get into this, but the Steel Sweat, it lives up to its name. It's a hot thermogenic fat burning powder, but a lot of people, most people actually like to use fat burning pills. Now, this is one of the most interesting formulations I've stumbled on lately because they're doing something I really wanted any company to put into a fat burner. And they have a new ingredient here, and they have a wildly dosed ingredient. So what we're going to do here is this is going to be my review, and then we're going to bust into the ingredients a little bit. So it might be one long video, but here's a long story short, folks. There's 10 milligrams of Yohimbine in here. If you are not a fan of Yohimbine, or any similar type of alkaloid ingredients, then you might want to skip on this one. But if you are interested, if you like this ingredient, then jump on board because I loved this stuff. The two major things here are the 10 milligrams of Yohimbine in 3 capsules and 150 milligrams of caffeine. So this is actually a low caffeine supplement, but high on the Yohimbine. Typically, we see the standalone Yohimbine pills that mostly everyone can handle at 2.5 milligrams. I started taking 2 of those and enjoy the effects, especially when I'm fasting. We'll get into it later. I've never taken 10 before until I jumped right into 3 caps of this, and wow, it was intense. It got me wired, and more wired than you would expect from 150 milligrams of caffeine. There is one other kind of stimulant in here known as teacrine, which we'll get into, and there's 100 milligrams of that, which is a big dose. But overall, between these 3, it was a very intense 150 milligrams of caffeine. I attribute nearly all of that to the 10 milligrams of Yohimbine here. Now, what happens is that some people, and the reason that I give this warning right up front is because some people get anxious with the ingredient. I did not get anxious with it. I think I'm starting to land at, with regular Yohimbine, I can handle probably 15 milligrams worth, which is actually more of a clinical dose. You start doing some rat study conversions and all that. And I believe I can handle only 1.5 milligrams of the alpha Yohimbine. I believe that a lot of people have kind of let the alpha Yohimbine, which is more aggressive, kind of screw up their opinions on regular Yohimbine. And I can handle a lot more of the Yo, not as much of the alpha Yo, and I love this stuff. So my review is, over the course of about a week of using this, I love to take it fasting, and at first, 3 caps alone, don't mix with any other stimulants, any other coffee, anything, because it is going to be an intense ride. I felt wired. I wired in, but not in a way I've ever felt before. And it's got to be because of the Yohimbine, because I've had everything else out there. And then once I started getting a little bit used to that, I really started enjoying that effect, and I was able to add in a cup of coffee. And that's what I really appreciate, because later on, when I'm towards the end of my fast, the caffeine is starting to come down. I do like to re-up, and I like to get coffee in almost every day because of the health benefits. So this allows me to do that. There's another low stim supplement reviewed, same kind of situation, different, way different formulation, but I do appreciate the lower caffeine supplements because of that. Others may want to stack in their pre-workout supplement, but don't do it if it's got any extra Yohimbine unless you really know what you're doing. Or this bad boy right here has 100 milligrams of caffeine, and so I think that's what the whole idea of the stack is. Now, if you're going to stack these two together, and they got a warning label that you're going to feel the heat with this stuff, it is going to be crazy thermogenic. So that's kind of for advanced dieters only. That's what this product, this brand kind of came right out of the gates with a whole lot of people that already know the bodybuilding, the weight loss, the diet game, because there are a lot of bodybuilders. So they just jumped like right into the deep end with some pretty aggressive formulas, and that's what I really like. In addition, I think when I'm mixing some of these stimulant-based products with KSM66 ashwagandha, which lowers cortisol, I'm able to handle things better. And we do have a 300 milligram dose of that in the 3 capsules here. So there's a lot of good stuff going on here. But overall, if you think you can handle the Yohimbine, you got to try this stuff. I will also add that, Yohimbine is known as kind of an aphrodisiac, and it's in some of those like boner pills that they have at the gas station counter and everything. I never felt that at 2.5, 5 milligrams. I kind of felt it here, and I'm not saying it made me like it doesn't. So I guess we're just gonna go here. I started it. It doesn't make me horny, but it makes me feel virile. Like, whoa, like, okay, I don't know the feeling. It's more like I can see why they put this in here. This stuff is active. I felt active, wired in, active, but a different kind of wired in I've had. So it could be as simple as just at some point I gotta slam 4 of those Yohimbine caps, and we're gonna have to do some ketone testing, because that's where some of this stuff goes. When you're fasting, I have a feeling that the Yohimbine does a lot more than a lot of people believe if you can handle these doses. You kind of might want to work up. Start with a cap and then have something else, coffee or whatever, and work up to 3 caps. So huge fan of this. All right, folks, so that ingredient explanation, as I'm sure you imagine, got really long. I had quite a rant on iodine. We're making this into a separate video, so I ask you to subscribe to the channel and sign up for our SteelFit alerts on PricePlow.com/SteelFit, because, we need to break this one into 2 files. Anyway, my review, obviously clearly positive, but there's obviously the huge if there, and that if is Yohimbine and the caffeine thing. So, worked for me. Can it work for you? I really can't tell you that. Other than that, subscribe to the channel, because the ingredient explanation will be coming next. So I'm going to keep using this and some other low stim stuff during my fast. I like some of the powdered drink stuff outside of my fast. But when I'm fasting, I like to have capsules so I don't get the sweeteners make me want more. They make me hungry. And so even though they have some appetite suppressing ingredients and some of those other products, when I'm fasting, I like the pills. And so that's where I'm starting to land with this stuff. So you will be seeing me use this once in a while on Instagram for sure. So follow us on Instagram. We have contests coming up with SteelFit. Sign up for the alerts and subscribe to the channel, where we're going to dig way deep into these ingredients and my little opinions on iodine. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you.
Welcome to PricePlow.